Jono, thanks so much for joining us. You're here in your big coat. That must mean we're back in winter training. First day back after a month off. Big day, obviously signals the start of the prep for the new season.
Absolutely. Boys have had a good month, 5 weeks off since the end of the season, which obviously, it's a tiring year. Give them a little bit of downtime. They've all come in very enthusiastic about their fitness assessments at the start of the winter programme. As you can hear, they're doing the yo-yo in the background at the moment, which is always a favourite amongst the lads. So, they're all good. They're in good spirits.
It's kind of ironic. Tim Murtagh normally comes back to this fitness test session with a look of dread on his face. He actually has come back looking in better shape than he normally would do.
Absolutely, and it just means someone else has got to finish bottom now, now that he's not there. So, Mertz is on the coaching staff, as you know, so he's here smiling at the lads going through the assessments.
Obviously a big change in personnel this year. We obviously lost Mertz, as you've just alluded to there. He's now transitioned onto the coaching staff. I think obviously since we spoke end of last season, Simo has departed. He's obviously off to join Sussex. A great move for him.
Yeah, absolutely. He got a good offer from there. Asked about whether he could go there. We couldn't obviously match it. So we opened it up for him. He made that choice. I know he's very sad to leave. He's been part of this club for a long time. He's given a lot to this place, and he'll be missed. And he'll miss this place, we know. But he's got an amazing, fantastic opportunity now to continue his career, and I'm sure he'll do really well there.
Absolutely. I guess it's the circle of cricketing life, really, is that one out, others have an opportunity now. So you've got three waiting in the wings who are expert glovemen in their own right. You've got Joe Cracknell, Jack Davies, of course Robbie White. This winter, I guess, poses a really good opportunity for all three of those to stand up and make a name for themselves for the gloves next year.
Absolutely, and they've all played red ball cricket recently, so they've all got an opportunity to put their hand up through the winter and pre-season, in the pre-season games as well. So good competition for the keeping spot in all formats.
Which is good. Jono, let's have a quick reflection on last year. Goes without saying, a really difficult season for the boys. First year back up in the top flight after a few years out. It was telling. It looked challenging. What are your reflections on last year?
Look, we knew, obviously, we spoke throughout the year and pre-season last year. We knew it was going to be tough not to play First Division cricket for 6 years.
Yeah.
It was a bit of a shock to the lads at how different and how much higher quality First Division was. We tried desperately hard to stay in the division, went right up to the last sort of hour of the last day, and just failed at the end there. So, disappointed that we've obviously we're back in the second division, but we've spoken to the lads already about the aim to get promoted again, but not that as the sole aim. The aim now has to be, now we've seen what First Division is like and how the challenges that come our way in First Division cricket. The challenge for us now is not just to get back in, but to be able to build a team and a squad and an ethos that can stay in the First Division and compete and ultimately win it. And that's the hard bit. We've got our ideas and the ways that we want to go about it this winter. As I say, the aim is not just to get promoted, it's to be back in that First Division and competing and trying to win that First Division.
I guess those building blocks have already started to be put in place. We saw what an impact someone like Ryan Higgins can have last year, getting in that perfect domestic signing. You've obviously backed that up with the signing of Lewis Deploy, who, whilst he's not with us now, I think he's got some T10 stuff and some T20 stuff probably around the world going on. He'll be back with us in January. That's another piece in that jigsaw puzzle.
Yeah, really excited. Massive signing for us. Every county was in for him. We managed to get him. He comes with a wealth of experience. He comes with a brilliant first-class average and really good T20 record. Yeah. So for us, it's a huge adding to our squad. We're really excited to get to work with him.
I don't want to dwell on the negatives, Jono, but obviously there's a financial restriction kind of hanging over the club. Not necessarily that imposed by the ECB, but more in terms of the realisation of where we are as a club and the finances that are available to us. Is that going to still allow you to go out there and further add strength to this squad?
Look, we've got to be, we're well aware of the finance, obviously, and we've got to be smart about how we go about our business over the next couple of years. We've got to have cricketers who are multi-format, who can play all types of cricket, who are value for money, and that's the way we have to operate. It doesn't mean to say we can't be competitive and we can't strive to, as I've said before, get in the first division and sustain and build on that and try and win it. We've just got to do it a different way to most other clubs. If you look at a football model, and you're a big Brighton man and Coley's a Brentford man, you know, their recruitment and the way they go about bringing through their own on lower budgets and lesser wages, you know, that's something we have to look into and how we go about things, and that's how we've got to do it. We've got to be smart and clever about how we go about it.
Well, I'm not about to stand here and tell you Brighton have got it wrong. So it sounds like a good ploy. Jono, the next 6 months, obviously, or 5 months, building up to the start of next season, what does that look like for you? Obviously, the boys are fitness training now. How does that evolve over the next few months? Yeah,
so we're going to put a big block of strength training in this next 6 weeks. One of our key areas in our T20 was changing the way that we went about playing the game. Our percentages of boundaries and strike rates and everything went through the roof from our batting. Yeah. We want to move that on again, and building a bit more muscle, a bit more strength around that will allow us to hopefully increase again. So that block early in the winter will be around the strength and the speed, and then as we move in towards the middle of December, we're introducing a bit more of the cricket side, and then in January, February, a little bit, there'll be obviously increase in cricket around the fitness as well. So the ultimate aim is to be the fittest, strongest side in the country. I'm sure every county stand here, coaches stand here and say the same thing. It's definitely our aim to improve that side of our game, but obviously the technical side and the progression of our white ball and red ball will continue through middle of December all the way January, February and March.
Great stuff. Well, sounds like you've got a busy 5 months ahead of you. I think the yo-yo's just got up to 17.7, 17.8 now, which is normally about the level we drop out at.
So already gone ages ago.
I think you're probably right. Jono, thanks so much for your time. We'll obviously be around all winter catching up with you regularly. Thanks for your time today and good luck over the winter.
Pleasure.